What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 26 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, I want to talk about strategy items. We're going to talk about how to get them, how to use them, and why you should be using them. There's a lot to go over, so let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Now, if you're a Madden Ultimate Team veteran, you probably know about, everything that you need to know about strategy items to this point, but EA did actually make one huge change to the way that you use them in this year's game, and we're going to get to that, but I want to start the video by going over the 3 to 4 different ways that you can obtain strategy items. So the first one is daily objectives. You should be doing your dailies every day already because you want to level up your Season 1 Field Pass and eventually Season 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 9. But if you go to your daily objectives, completing all 3 of them every single day is going to give you a coin quick sell pack and a random strategy item. So this is going to be place number 1, where you can not only get a strategy item for free, but get one every single day. And for the most part, you're probably not going to have the greatest luck getting the very best strategy items in the game from this daily pack, but there's good news. There is an upgrade set that you can utilize not only now, but throughout the year. So if you head on over to item sets and scroll all the way to the bottom, there is not a filter for it, unfortunately, but if you go to the bottom right now, there is an uncommon strategy item set. So basically what you're doing is you're taking 5 commons, and commons we're going to refer to as silvers. You're putting those 5 strategy items into this set, and in return, you're getting one uncommon strategy item, which is typically a green. Now, eventually, we're going to see higher overall or higher tiered strategy items. So it goes from common to uncommon to rare. Rare is going to be blue. Then it goes to epic. Epics are purple. And finally, legendary. Legendary strategy items will be gold. So this is a way to essentially collect those daily strategy items that you earn. And once you get 5 of the basic ones, you can put them into this set and get a green one. And then, as the year goes along, you're going to compile a bunch of greens. There should be a set added into the game eventually where you can turn those greens into blues, blues into purples, and eventually purples into legendary strategy items. So that's locations 1 and 2 to get strategy items. Location 3 is going to be in the Season 1 Field Pass as well. And every Season Field Pass going forward, typically towards the end of it, you're going to get some good strategy items. But as you scroll through the levels, and we can use level 23 as an example, which isn't achievable just yet, but at level 23, you can see here within the Season 1 Field Pass, you will get a random strategy item. As it stands right now, very early in the year, randoms are only going to be the silvers or the greens, but as time goes on, as we jump into Season 2, 3, and 4, you'll probably start to see better strategy items pop out of these packs. And they didn't do it for the Season 1 Field Pass this year, but typically towards the back end of the Season Field Passes, now we have like these legendary option packs, which are going to give you player cards, and premium epic option packs. Usually towards the end of the field passes, you'll have a strategy item pack that guarantees you like an epic or a rare or even a legendary. We are still ways away from that, but it's just something to look forward to going forward. So far we've gone over 3 different ways you can get strategy items. The 4th one is the one that honestly I don't really want you to use, but I just want to make sure you're aware of it. If you head on over to the store, you can go to select offers and go to the far right. You can get a random strategy item right now. It's either going to be common or uncommon for 7.5k. Now, when they release the rares and then the epics and the legendaries into the game, if those are in this pack, well, then you can absolutely go for this. But for now, this is not a pack you want to spend your coins on. You can head on over to your binder, and if you want to use the filter under type, you can go down to strategy. This is going to show you all of the strategy items that you currently own, and if you go to the catalog, it will actually show you all of these strategy items currently in the game. As we get more will get added into the catalog. And they're a lot different this year in the sense that we still have our team affinity strategy items. Those haven't changed, and we'll talk about those in a little bit more detail in a moment. But if you go through the other ones, the ones that impact positional groups, they now have separated them between, I want to say 5 or 6 different categories. I will confirm that when we get to our lineup screen. But if you take a look here, the run block strategy item, and this is going to be a common one, which from here on out I'm just going to refer to as silver, and again the uncommons are green. So this silver run block strategy item, notice at the bottom it says OL. So they actually broke it down to now, and let me just go to another one to show you an example. Here's a green strategy item, +2 deep route running, halfback, wide receiver, tight end. So they broke it down between quarterback and then halfback, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line. There's a defensive line one. There's a DB, which is going to be your safeties and your cornerbacks. And then, of course, you have the team affinity, and there are program strategy items, which we haven't really run into. So now, and in years past, the difference is that, you can only equip, let's say, one on offense, one on defense. There was a hybrid spot, and then you had like your team affinity and your program strategy items. Now, again, you got quarterback, skill position players, offensive line, defensive line, secondary. There might even be one for linebackers that I'm forgetting about right now. And then you still have team affinity and programs. And there's a lot of boosts that you can provide to your team now because of this big change to strategy items. So the easiest way to equip these and see exactly what they do or how they impact your team is in your lineup screen. And if you go over to the right, and the visuals are a little broken, which I'm sad to see this because this was kind of an issue last year as well. But if you go under the chemistry tab, there is a strategy item section, and you can now see the different categories in which you can apply these. So for me and my current team right now, in the quarterback section, we have the gunslinger, which is going to give you +2 to throw power. Green strategy item here. There is, I believe, a silver one that only gives you +1 that's out there. And you can see all of the strategy items in the game under the catalog, like I showed you a moment ago. For the wide receiver, tight end, halfback section, I am utilizing the +2 to deep route running. We have the +2 to pass blocking on the OL section. The D-line, we have +2 to play rec. There is a linebacker slot. I don't have any cards for that one. And if you want to utilize any strategy item, you just simply press X or X on PlayStation, A on Xbox, and it will select that particular category and show you all of the available strategy items to choose from that you currently own. So D-line, we have the play rec. We don't have anything for linebacker. For defensive backs, we also have the play rec one equipped here. And if we wanted to switch that out and we had available strategy items to choose from, we could go ahead and swap that out. I'll show you a little bit better once we get to team affinity. So there's actually also a specialist one. I'm assuming this is going to impact like your kickers and your punters. I don't have anything for that one, so I miscalculated the number of strategy items available. And then on top of that, you still have team affinity and program. So program is going to be strategy items that impact like only certain program players, like when we get Most Feared or the Thanksgiving promo, whatever I'm going to call it, or Zero Chill or Super Bowl. There could be a Super Bowl strategy item. You put it, you equip it under program, and it will boost all of the Super Bowl cards in your lineup based on whatever that boost is. For team affinity, this one doesn't technically boost your players, but it boosts your theme team. And I'm going to be doing a video very soon going over theme teams, the best ones, why you should be doing them. But right now, the main goal for theme teams is to get either 20 of one team or 40 of one team. If you can get to 20, you get +1 speed. If you get to 40, you get +2 speed. You can also rock hybrid theme teams and do, 20-20 for 2 difference. But I currently have an Eagles theme team, and while I'm kind of hovered over this team affinity section, you can see those green up arrows on the majority of my, my offensive line and a lot of my offense. These are all Eagles players that are being impacted by that boost. Now, to get to 20, you would normally need 20 players, but under the team affinity section, you can actually get 2 of the 20 that you need from a green strategy item. You would get 1 of the 20 you need from a silver, and you can say I have a bunch of other teams, but if you look towards kind of the bottom right of the card art under this Eagles team affinity, it has that ×2. This is essentially helping me get closer to that count of 20 that we need for the speed boost. So unlike all of the other slots, the team affinity section isn't directly boosting your players, but if you have a theme team built up, it's going to count towards that. And if you go back a step here and go over to chemistry, you can see what we have currently with the Eagles here up to tier 4. 5 items get you 1 tier, 10 items get you 2, 15 get you to tier 3, 20 get you to tier 4. We actually have that theme team plus the current promo, I'm forgetting what it's called, pregame access promo. That also has an individual chemistry, which provides additional boosts. And to see any of these, when you're hovered over one, you hit your start button, and you can see tier 1 gives you +1 to strength, run block, block shed. Tier 2, +1 agility, pass block, zone coverage. You get to tier 4, you get +1 speed, short route running, and man coverage. So that's why it's incredibly useful. And to get to that 20, the team affinity strategy items are going to help. As far as the other ones, we're going to go back to them. You can see right now, like when I'm hovered over the deep threat strategy item, it's showing me the boost, or the players that are all boosted. So you see those up arrows on Chase Brown, Xavier Worthy, TJ Hawkinson. So you can see that that entire positional group, or all three of them, are impacted by this deep threat strategy item. And if I go to like the O-line one here, the pass protector, again, we're getting +2 pass block. You can see the up arrow on pretty much every offensive lineman I have here. They are all getting +2 pass block currently. Now, I don't think any of these players are boosted to the point where their overall is increased, and eventually you'll start to see that. For now, it's not really taking place. But if you either go into an individual card or push your right analog stick to the right, and it's a little bit difficult to see here because of the small font, but if you look at like Josh Simmons and Isaac Seumalo, wow, I really messed that one up there. You can see they both have +3 to their pass blocking. So 2 of the +3 comes from this OL strategy item that we have equipped. The other 1 is coming from them being on my theme team. If you look at Ryan Kelly, for an example here, he only has the +2 to pass block. Again, that's from the strategy item we have equipped right now, but he's not a member of my theme team because he only gets Vikings Chem right now, or that's all I have equipped currently. So you can kind of see the differences there. And if you look at like Robert Hunt, Joe Alt, TJ Hawkinson, they have multiple boosts from the pregame access promo chemistry that's all jumbled up together right now. And of course, with Robert Hunt and Joe Alt specifically, they're also getting the +2 to pass block. And the same thing's going to go for, we'll just show you the defensive back, right? This hybrid one for all my DBs. We have +1 to play rec. It's hard to see, but you can see it on the back of the card. And then you also have those up arrows in the lineup, just kind of indicating that they are being impacted by these strategy item boosts. Like I said, I don't think there's any player on my entire team right now that is actually going up 1 in OVR because of these strategy items. But as better ones come out throughout the year and more boosts are provided, you will see their overall can actually change. I'm kind of surprised none of them are. Like, maybe they scaled back the way that OVR is calculated this year on these cards. But, you know, hypothetically, if Josh Simmons was boosted up because of the theme team I have him on and the OL strategy item, you might see him be an 87 overall, but it would actually be in like a blue color instead of the standard white on the card art. So that's something to look for. And I know it's a common question I tend to get every single year. Like, how is your card boosted up? How is this 85 actually an 86 when mine is an 85? It's usually going to come down to strategy items and theme team chemistries, but that's essentially everything you need to know about strategy items, how they work, how to get them, how to equip them, how to boost up your players with them, and they're really a key piece to roster building in Madden Ultimate Team. So let's get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope the video helped. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.